Greetings and welcome once again to the World of Thaylos. We return. We return this week to a victory and a defeat, as we exult over victory over the horrible troll, and yet we mourn the passing of yet another member of the party. Alas, Barkable fell in very courageous combat last week, fell to the troll's claws, and was unable to recover. We mourn his passing.
Yep.
In response, Folugo spent the week fashioning a new set of armor for himself out of the bones of the troll. And so we see a new icon for Folugo.
Ta-da!
He has also spent the rest of his time meditating and calling upon the animals to summon a new animal companion, and all will be revealed in due time. As a recap of the previous week, the party was in the main chamber of the temple to Kexoth and discovered the troll that had been accidentally summoned by the cultists. After an intense pitched battle where many wolves were summoned and many wolves died, including Barkable, the troll was finally defeated and his remains burned with fire in order to ensure that he would not get up once again. After the battle completed, they did indeed find the lost Sir Thomas and the lost Sir Zachary. Unfortunately, Sir Zachary did not survive his wounds and died in captivity. However, Sir Thomas was still alive, and Mira was able to bring him back onto his feet, whereupon he led the party through the rest of the temple to the summoning chamber. After some debate, Renji decided that it was not safe to keep the summoning focus in the temple any longer, and set about dismantling it in his favorite way possible. And there we stand.
Screen. Screen transition.
All right. Here we stand in the summoning chamber, the floor riddled with crevices and fractures. Brother Thomas explained that the failed summoning from before resulted in the room being fractured, and so the summoning focus would likely not work anyway. And so Renji thought it would be best to simply dismantle it. He is currently swinging about with his sword and taking pieces off of the machine in any way possible, and taking great delight in the process.
Is it just regular metal, or is it like an otherworldly metal?
No, it is. It appears to be just regular metal, but it is formed together in curious patterns, and you do not know what is underneath it. It did say that it was a focus of some sort, and the fissures on the floor do emanate from the center.
Mm. Maybe we'll find a cupcake underneath. That'd be awesome.
A cupcake?
Sorry. Fourth wall.
Okay. Meanwhile, Brother Thomas, seeing the destruction going on, decides to stay out of the way, because this is not his area of expertise. Sheik, on the other hand, decides to join in the fray in dismantling the machine. After about 20 minutes of this, there are various bits of metal and machinery and gears and ruined pieces of conduit lying on the floor. And underneath the machine itself, wait, someone's typing something. Yeah. Underneath the machine itself, you see embedded into the floor what looks like some sort of narrow pit that leads directly downward. It is dark down there, but after removing the last bits of machinery, you can hear that there is an audible hum coming from underneath it.
Don't want to go down there.
I don't know.
Drop a coin.
Dude, how
See
wide
how
is
far it is.
wide?
I'm sorry. What was that, Loose Fang?
How wide is, like, could we down?
No, it's about 6 inches in diameter. So none of you could fit down there, but you could certainly lower a rope, or you could take a look if you have a light of some sort.
Ooh, spooky music.
Oh,
Okay, so Brother Thomas steps over and takes a look down the hole, and he actually wrinkles his nose and covers his hand over his mouth and nose and backs away. From behind his hand, he says, "No, we need to cap that. We need to seal that off. Mira." And he calls her over. All right. And he begins to speak with her in hushed tones.
Can I overhear them?
Yeah, you can if you want to go up next to him and try and eavesdrop.
I'm right here.
Yeah. Oh, yes, you are. That's right. And by the way, Foluco, you're still in the other room and you can't hear any of this.
I know.
Okay.
I'm just gonna plug my ears.
Between Mira and Brother Thomas, they are discussing the aspects of abjuration and being able to dispel evil presences. So he is actually asking if she has memorized a protection from evil spell this day, and she responds that no, she does not have that today. She's going to need to study her spell book to try and to memorize that one.
How big
Sorry, go ahead.
How big in diameter is my ice bolts?
Your ice bolt, they're only about 1 inch wide. So if you wanted to fire down the little pit, you could do that.
Okay.
All right. Although
we could always try the water ice trick again. You know, third time's the charm.
Okay.
I could try that always. I want to be down to test that.
With plants in my arm, and I start stuffing them in the hole.
So you actually you're going to tear plants out of the next room and start stuffing them down the hole?
Yeah, because I don't.
That sounds wrong.
I don't really know what else to do to plug it up. There's not like.
Oh my god!
I can only
You can
imagine.
do that.
I can only imagine Loose Fang walking off to find a plant and like plucking this like I don't know coconut
Stuffing
tree.
fern fronds down there.
Like
Something what?
All I can imagine is him walking back with like a mini coconut tree and like shoving it into the hole and like there, problem solved.
And Brother Thomas actually approaches, sorry, wrong character. Brother Thomas approaches and kind of shakes his head and puts his hand on your shoulder, and he says, "It's gonna take more than that, I'm afraid."
Well, this is the first trip. I'll get.
Well,
Right.
he says, "Hold, my friend. Take a look at this." And he actually reaches down into the hole and pulls out some of the vegetation that you've shoved down there. And already the bottom parts of that are starting to decay and shrivel and blacken.
Oh.
Mm.
So I'm afraid it's going to take more than this. This isn't going to hold it.
I tell him.
It's bigger plant.
I have been.
Hey, we need a bigger
Wow.
tree.
It sounds wrong. Oh, yeah.
I tell him I practiced some of the arcane or some of the arcane elemental ice before.
You're saying you can plug it over with the magical ice cap?
That's what I'm saying.
How thick could you make it?
Well, I've made thick ice sheets before. I've blockaded a few doors before.
So we're saying what, 6 inches to a foot?
Mm-hmm.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna need a plug of approximately 30 feet.
30 feet.
Okay. Fourth wall here.
Yeah.
What we can do is once everything's sorted out on my end as a druid with Barkable's regrettable passing, once we rest, I can use soften earth and stone to take the tiles and the mortar and everything else that's around it to collapse in the hole, and then revert the softened earth and stone back into hardened earth and stone.
That would certainly act as a natural plug. Yes.
Okay, no more.
Loose Fang grabs armful of rock, came back and started putting those in the just small ones that he can hold.
Okay. So as you're dropping stones down into the hole, you can hear them clack along the side of the stone, but you never really hear them hit the bottom.
I need a lot of stones.
Okay. I'm looking at the later description of soften earth and stone. It says soften earth and stone does not affect worked stone, cavern ceilings, or vertical surfaces. Let's see. It says the next sentence says usually this causes a moderate collapse or landslide as the loosened material peels away from the face of the wall and falls. So that sounds like exactly what you want.
Yep. I would soften the earth underneath all of this tile, and I'd basically create a big giant sinkhole.
Like an inner landslide.
Yeah, an inner landslide. It would though mean that basically this entire room would collapse though.
What's the area? It's
10 feet,
10
square
foot
feet
square per level.
So it would be.
So you can do a 40-foot square. Not sorry.
30.
You can do 4 10-foot squares.
Right.
So it wouldn't be a 40-foot square. It would be 4 10-foot squares, which would cover most of the area of the summoning focus.
Right. It would basically be like this.
No, that's a 40-foot square.
Oh, right. It would be this.
I'm talking about something. Let me show you what I'm talking about. It's more like, yeah. Oh, come on. More like that.
That's good enough.
Yeah. So it won't collapse the whole room, but it'll collapse pretty much most of the area of the focus.
That would though affect the fissures as well though, because those are
yes, it will. Unstable. In fact, it will widen the fissures, and it will probably cause the place to shift. Since there are already fissures there, you can't predict what the earth is going to do underneath the room.
Exactly.
Huh.
So you can do this. You can try it, but I suggest everybody move out of the room before you do it.
Right. That's the fourth wall. Hey, Renji, this was fourth wall talk. This wasn't in character.
No, you're going to need to rest before you can do it.
Yeah.
So
I could try doing a temporary freeze on the barrier, make sure nothing comes out.
Yeah,
you could do that, yes. So because Foluco is going to need to rest, the the conduit has been uncovered. So anything that's under there, you're going to need to cap it in order to stop it from coming out. If there is anything that wants to come out of there.
Okay.
I need everyone to make spot checks using scent.
Excellent.
If you have the scent ability, make a spot check.
I know it. I know I don't know it.
Wouldn't
Wait.
you do scent check with
Oh,
your
it's
tongue?
scent.
Or no,
So-
you're not a snake. You're a dragon. My bad.
Mira and Marcus, Loosefang, and Feluco, if you were here, you would get it.
Right, but I'm not there. I'm up.
Okay,
That's
Marcus,
a
that's
spot
pretty good.
That's pretty.
Let me do one for Mira.
You said spot check?
Yeah.
A spot check, but using the scent ability.
Oh, nice.
No, it's not a sales spot check. You need to pass the scent skill. So,
Okay. Ooh. So Marcus and Loosefang. Mira seems to be too involved with considering how to plug up this hole. But Marcus and Loosefang, you can definitely detect something. There was some sort of acrid, acidy smell coming from the conduit in the floor. There's something down there that is either sour or rotten or burning or all three.
Ugh, don't want that coming up.
Not pleasant.
Definitely.
Okay, so you can share that with the rest of the crew because because of your heightened sense of smell, you're detecting it first. No one else can smell it yet.
Something's
Alright.
don't in a room.
All right, let me
Yeah.
let me get an image for you. Sorry about that.
Whatever. Find something covered.
There we go. That's a good one right there. No. So there's a hole underneath the focus, and that hole is only about 6 inches wide. So that's actually that image is bigger than it should be, but I can't shrink it down anymore.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
So Mira actually comes over and she says, "Does anybody have a rope or a fishing line or something that I can lower down?"
I reach into my bag and pull out one of my 50-foot silk.
Yes, that will do nicely. That will do nicely.
Here you
So
go.
she actually grasps the end of the rope and whispers a silent prayer, and then the end of the rope suddenly bursts into light. And she says, "Okay," and she holds her handkerchief to her nose and she says, "I'm just about done. I need to rest. But go ahead and lower that down."
Yeah, you
I
take
take
care
it
of
and
yourself.
lower it
You've
down.
taken care of what? This is my rope. I know how to lower rope.
I was taking it from Mira. She has it over here. You're over there.
I was over there to handle the.
You know, I would expect the thief to be grabbing the shiny things.
So I lower the
Okay,
lid
so
down.
slowly, foot by foot, you lower the rope until there's only about 10 feet left before it goes slack. And then only one of you can look down there at a time because only one of you can put your head directly over it. And so, Loosefang, as you're looking down there, you see that the hole is actually very smooth. It looks like it is earth all the way around, earth and stone, but it is unusually smooth, as if it were shaped. But you have no idea how someone could have shaped this and left only 6-inch wide hole that is more than 40 feet deep. It would
That
be
is a very diligent mole down there.
Yep. And then suddenly you see the end of your rope hit what looks to be mud, but it's a very dark mud, and it actually, as you look, it's pulsing a little bit.
Oh dear.
And then
Ew.
I need Loose Fang, if you can make a reflex saving throw real quick.
Oh dear.
Whoops.
Okay. The rope suddenly there is a heavy tug on the end of the rope, and it slips from your fingers. Do you want to try and grab it before it goes down the hole?
Yes.
Okay,
Is that
Give
another
me-
reflex?
give me one more reflex.
Oh, come on.
Nope. You are unable to grab it, and it goes and it drops out of sight, and the hole is completely dark once more. There is something down there.
Maybe
All right,
if we
fellas,
put on
this-
some music, it'll dance for us.
There's something down
That
there.
is
Something with a
definitely.
nice new rope.
Oh boy.
Okay, the smell is getting stronger, and now the others can smell it. There is a smoky, rotten, acidy type of smell coming up from the hole, and it's getting stronger.
Think you better rest as fast as you can so we can seal this hole up.
Oh.
I can do a temporary.
You're not over here, Foloco.
That's
You have no
fast.
idea what's going on.
I was about to say I can do temporary freeze over.
You can
guess.
try. You know that's gonna require a high roll, and I don't know if you can pull this off. However, no, Foloco, I don't think you have any create waters left, do you?
I. 1 second. I have all my 0 level spells left, so I have create water and I have light.
Okay. So Brother Thomas is actually backing away a bit and holding his nose, and saying, I've had no chance to acquire any of my spells. They've kept me in prison, and they've kept pestering me to help with the summoning. I wasn't able to focus or concentrate. I'm afraid I can't help you here. I need my rest. Mira is also backing away and wrinkling her nose, and she's saying, I don't have anything that can help you here, guys. I think we need to back out.
Very well.
So
Right.
quick question, Tarek. Have
Yes.
I already done the ritual, or am I about to do the ritual?
You are about to complete it.
Okay, so I'm not gonna want to be interrupted.
Nope.
Right. Well, I guess I could try freezing it.
So
What's wrong?
Marcus,
Try it.
yeah, you can try.
Alright.
Sheik, meanwhile, is actually leaning down and looking down the hole to see if he can see anything. He actually is somewhat unafraid of what's going on down there, and somewhat curious.
I wouldn't get comfortable with that. Nothing good.
Oh, it's just a sewer down there. Haven't you ever smelled the sewer before?
Trust me, I've been around you plenty. That is not the smell there.
Ouch!
Of course.
Ouch!
Oh,
That's painful.
burn!
Oh! Oh!
Oh!
Question is this just me or is it something like robotic?
It's a little robotic here, and
Am I sounding robotic?
No, it's
Everyone.
Loose Fang, but he
Oh, okay.
always sounds
Everyone.
robotic.
I mean, Tarek sounds a little robotic at times, but not.
Not too.
Okay.
You're
All right. So Marcus, tell me what you tell. Oh, that was your role to try and ice it over.
Yeah, those were both of those. Both tries. Failing.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm
man,
afraid
you
not.
Wasted it.
You kneel at the side of the hole and place both paws on the edges of the hole, and you focus your concentration, but again, it results in nothing but frustration as the ice only produces a small frost around the rim of the hole.
There ain't no water
And
in
then
this air.
Sheik actually looks up at you and he says, "Hey, that's better than you had last time."
I just look at him angrily, like, you try it then next time.
Oh man.
Hey, you have this power I don't understand. I don't have it. I don't know how to help you with it. All right. So, Brother Thomas actually turns to Loosefang. He says, as a last resort, I'm afraid your idea might be the most viable. Let's get as many rocks as we can and throw them down the hole.
I figure some of them gotta plug it up a bit, so we might be able to get enough on there.
Viable thing we can do.
Well, until we get rested, we have no chance of plugging this up, and we can't simply leave it.
Well, all of you spellcast types, you go off and get some rest. I don't do much with the other realm type stuff, so I can work on plugging this up. You all need to get your rest so we can benefit from your knowledge.
Okay. So, Brother Thomas, assisted by Mira, comes back to the spot to find Foluco. And they find Foluco has
New
sewn
armor.
together bones from the troll and has carved up the skull of the troll and then placed it all upon himself, creating a rather grotesque picture of a druid that is completely encased in troll bones.
Whoa.
Oh.
I just look up at them and say, now he shall feel my pain when he gets hurt.
Okay. Yeah, something's cracked in this guy. Barkable was a little closer than we all thought.
Do I need to make any rolls to, like, gather rocks back and...
Yeah, what you can do is in the space of about 30 minutes, you can all, let me show you over here. There is a large rock pile right here. And you can take a bunch of those.
I mean, there's some right here too, though, right?
There are, yes. There are plenty of stones all over.
That's where I've been gathering.
You could always roll
Finding
the
some
boulder
that will fit down that hole that are less than 6 inches in diameter. It's not that hard. So in the space of between 20 and 30 minutes, you can get quite the arm load.
You could
Can you
always
roll
grab
that
that.
boulder?
Yeah.
You guys want to try and roll that boulder?
No,
Let's try it.
I don't think it's gonna do us much good. It's too big to fit in any of the holes. Just
Yeah, it'll
Or-
cover it up.
Could you fit it on top of the hole?
well, I mean, there's all these cracks. Well, we can just stick a 7-inch rock in that, and it'll plug up the top of the 6-inch hole.
Momentarily coming to my senses, if you will. Not to my senses, but out of my anger. I question as to why they're talking about holes and rocks.
Brother Thomas speaks up and explains to you the situation. That in the next room there was a summoning focus that was dismantled by Sheik and Renji. Under the focus, they found some sort of stone conduit that led straight down into the earth. And he can sense that there's some evil presence coming from underneath, and they want to stop up the hole before whatever it is can emerge.
So, you're telling me there's an evilish presence in a hole that was capped with some metal stuff, and y'all uncapped it. You're
We had no
stupid.
idea that there was some evil stuff down there.
A troll came out of it.
We thought by dismantling it, but
They were
It would probably
summoning the
stop the evil
avatar of
stuff.
Kexoth with it, and you thought it was good to.
well, we were
tear
trying to
it
destroy
apart?
it. We're trying to stop it.
In our Brother Thomas once again raises his hand and says, calm yourselves. In their defense, the summoning focus was the machine that was used to conduct the summoning ritual itself. The hole underneath, I don't even think these cultists knew it was there.
So
I suspect that the summoning focus was built on top of whatever they used to cap the hole in the first place, or perhaps it was siphoning energy from the conduit. The bottom line is, I don't think the cultists themselves knew that this conduit was underneath.
so we have an ominous hole, and we need to fill it. Why don't you just collapse the hole?
Do you know how to collapse Earth
Yeah.
without
Just need to rest
hammer and
first.
chisel? We certainly could do that, but that would take weeks.
I can do it in a heartbeat. I just need to rest. I kind of got my hands full at the moment, though. I mean, I still need to bury my friend.
And Brother Thomas actually looks at you curiously, having not seen you up until this point. And he says, "Sir, may I ask, would you kindly remove the skull helmet?"
I do.
And he looks you over carefully, and then he steps back and folds his arms. Druid,
Yes.
you draw upon the forces of nature to do the same things that we do, except we use the divine. I've always been curious about your kind.
Well, I mean, one god isn't any different from another god. Nature
But
is
you
its
don't
own
worship
god.
a god. You worship the earth itself, as if it were sentient.
Is it not? The earth breathes. It gives life to plants. It gives life to us. In turn, we give life to it.
Ah, all of us know that Orleana is the life giver and the life taker.
What's to say that we aren't an extension of her?
Okay, I'm just gonna run about it and hear what happens. I just gonna say, don't open this pointless candle tin of conversation. It's pointless. It's gonna only concentrate.
At,
Hey,
but the truth is, says Brother Thomas, I am an intellectual, and I am open to new ideas. Although I must admit that worshiping the static and stoic Earth seems somewhat counterproductive. However,
I look at what Thomas and say, shut up if you're smart.
I hear you. I hear you. But Brother Thomas is going to continue. Okay. So, however, I cannot deny that the druids do have their effects, and they can accomplish similar things as we who worship the deity. So, if you're telling me that you have some way of collapsing the earth by natural means, then that will certainly accomplish what we are trying to do. By the way, Loose Fang, I love it that you're just silently going back and forth.
I didn't even notice that my screen wasn't zoomed out enough.
Yeah, if you watch carefully, Loose Fang has just been silently going back and forth, pulling rocks down the hole. What a trooper!
one way or another, this hole's getting filled.
Yeah.
So I place a paw.
Yeah, go ahead, Renji.
It sounds really wrong if you just want to listen back.
We'll dissuade
What
that.
sounds wrong?
Holes and rocks and stuff, but he's being.
Is it all robotic?
It's all.
Anyway, so I
Oh.
so I
All right. Go ahead.
So I put a paw in the air at towards Brother Thomas, motioning him to stop talking, and I kind of say, let's continue this conversation at another time when there isn't an unknown hole to an unknown source that could potentially be dangerous. And
Agreed.
I move past Barkable and look over at Mir, and I ask her to watch over Barkable's body while I aid in pushing this boulder to the rock. And as I'm walking this way, I ask, so it's down that hallway, right?
Yes, down to the south. It's in the summoning room, the final chamber.
Cool. Let's move this boulder.
Okay. So, who wants to help to try and help Foluco to move this boulder? Okay, move over by it, and then everybody that wants to help out, strength check.
Yes, but there's a good bit of rock in there. Really big old.
Yeah, you've already been going for about 10 minutes, Loose Fang.
I at that comment, I say this is only temporary until I've rested enough to collapse the hole entirely.
So, Renji, do you want to help out here?
I drop off my pile of rocks.
No.
go.
I just gonna.
No, so Renji, he's choosing to kind of lean against the wall and watch your efforts. Okay, so Loose Fang, Foluco, Marcus, and let's get one for Sheik as well.
Silly human thinks he can help.
The Sheiky Sheik thing is, I'm afraid, is not strength-based. So, between the four of you working together, you are able to move the rock
You mean
that far.
You mean that the three of us with
Sheik is trying to help, but he's actually not all that effective at this point.
So are we gonna have to do this every single time?
Well, if you can, all four of you get a good roll, then it can move quite a bit further. Okay, you gonna try again?
Yeah. Oh, that's a crit 20.
Now, even Marcus, with your roll that high, it's not gonna move at all this time.
I give a sour glance at Renji.
I collect back up my pile of rocks. Say,
So,
these are a bit easier to move.
yeah, Sheik is actually, he releases an inhaled breath, and he says, "You know what? I'm beginning to agree with him." So, with the three of you working together, the work actually goes quite a bit faster. And within the next 5 minutes, the rocks actually do pile up to the surface. And there's no telling where it caught down there, but you can see that, at least for now, you estimate that there is at least several feet thick of stones that are plugging the top. And you have noticed that the scent is dissipating.
I say that should be good until I've had some rest.
Okay, so where are you guys gonna rest?
I'm going back to Barkable. Screw you guys.
Whoa! Wow.
Harsh.
Someone has been he's been through some pretty harsh circumstances.
Someone's go dark.
It's like that hole's not the only thing that's
Filled.
Hole's not the only thing that's stinking up everything.
Or need to be filled.
So Foluco, meanwhile, returns to the Barkable side and sits, and once again closes his eyes in meditation. All right. At this point, around the bones of the troll, there actually is, because you were able to add wood and other things, it actually is a rather cozy campfire if you don't mind the smell. And so if you wanted to rest here, you do have walls all around you and pretty thick vegetation that could offer some pretty good cover. and it looks like the any danger that once was here has already been taken care of. So if you want to rest here, you can. Okay.
Oh, I worry we're a troll. But I guess it's hard to get back.
Is the neighbors like the sound still getting worse? Sorry, problem.
All right. So you guys want to, if you guys want to rest here, Brother Thomas would not like to be over by where his cell is, but he does mention that Brother Zachary could use a proper burial.
Can I open this?
It is there. They're both opened. Marcus and Sheik opened them during the last section. So you're gonna try and pick up Brother Zachary and bring him over.
Try being the operative.
Okay.
I think I'm a bit tired after all those rocks. Someone want to give me a hand?
Yeah. Let me see if I can help you out. Okay. Oh, I see. Yeah. That was a good roll, by the way.
Nice.
Not all that helpful. But, Loose
No,
Man, you are able to pick him up, and you can drag him across the floor now if you want, and Sheik can help you out.
Don't sell yourself short, Cheek. Couldn't have done it without. Guess find a place. Like, do we want to bury him somewhere in here, or?
Well, let's bring him back to Brother Zachary first.
Sure. Pardon,
Sorry,
Brother
bring him
Zach
back to Brother Thomas, I mean.
or Thomas.
All right. So Thomas actually kneels next to him and places a hand on his forehead, and he says the words, "My friend, the mother has seen fit to take you before me. It should have been the other way around, but alas, I cannot change her mind. Go with peace." And then he turns to Foluco and he says, "If you're planning to build a funeral pyre, might I help you and build a larger one for two?" Well, Foluco is sleeping. I got you.
Deep meditation.
He is actually working on something that you guys will see momentarily.
Yeah, I know it already.
Yeah, you do. All right. So Brother Zachary is next to Barkable there. And Foluco, you're not working on the pyre, but yeah, Brother Thomas, he actually sits back on the trees and he says, I am exhausted. I am spent. I need to rejuvenate. I need to relearn my prayers. We've got to rest."
Yeah, I'm not
Don't worry, Father. We'll take.
I'm not doing the
pyre,
ritual
Bill.
at the moment. I'm just resting to recuperate my spells.
I got you.
After I'm done resting is when I'll start the ritual. After Barkable's funeral.
Okay. So, does anybody want to keep watch? Because you're all pretty tired.
Yeah,
I can keep an eye out. I'm tired, but I'm also on it.
Yep. And Mira has, you notice that Mira has already gone to sleep, which is kind of ironic because Mira is sleep.
I'm still alive.
Art imitating life.
Yes. All right. So Loose Fang, you're going to take the first watch. The rest of you, you want to rest?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
While I'm keeping watch,
Yeah.
I'm also kind of just traveling back, like looking for good wood that we could make a pyre out of. Just sort
Okay.
of as quiet as I can, just gather, setting place pyre.
Yep. There is, since this area is so full of vegetation and trees, there is plenty of scrap wood that you could use to build a crude but effective pyre.
Yeah.
In fact, that's essentially what Voluco did with Troll.
Except I used his body as the.
Yeah, well, yeah, but you added wood to it to keep the fire going because you wanted to keep it burning.
Sure.
So I'll just kind of do that as I watch, but I'm
All right.
keeping
So
noise
then,
down so it's wake.
let me do this.
By the way, welcome to
Yes.
the chat.
Oh, we got people watching.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
Hello.
Ready?
Okay, Loose Fang, while you are on watch, I need you to make a spot check by scent.
It's a good spot.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay. All right, Loose Fang, after about an hour and 40 minutes, you can faintly detect the same smell that you had before coming from the conduit in the summoning room.
That's not good. I'm gonna go check it out.
Okay. All right, you can move on over there.
I'm moving cautious. I
Okay,
don't
do you
want to like
wanna-
just run
do you
in
wanna-
there and something.
do-
Wait.
Do you want to move silently or do you want to try and hide?
I will go for both.
Okay, go ahead and give me rolls. Okay, for hide and move silently, 13 and 13. Okay, go ahead and move cautiously into the room and tell me where you're going to stop.
Just on this side of this little.
So are you going to take a look around?
Yeah, just kind of peek around the
All right.
corner or lip thing.
All right. Okay, as you look around the corner, Loose Fang, you
Yes.
can see what looks to be a disembodied apparition floating, unmoving in the summoning room, just a few feet away from the conduit in the floor. It is vaguely humanoid in shape, although it is translucent, and it has a very faint but greenish, sickly glow to it.
Quiet.
You don't know if it has seen you or not.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
It's only been like an hour and 40 minutes.
That's right.
They haven't gotten much rest.
Well, the spellcasters, they only need 1 hour of meditation to regain their spells, but they do the remaining hours they need to rest their bodies.
Huh. Well, I don't know much, but I'm imagining this is some sort of goat.
What are you going to do about it?
Do it. Seeing if I have. I don't think I've got any.
I'm sorry, you're breaking up. It's hard to hear what you're saying.
Everyone's breaking up.
Oh, I was just saying. I don't think I was gonna do a knowledge check, but I don't think I knowledge it.
Okay, that would be either a knowledge of religion or knowledge of planes.
But I can't. Can I do any of those if I'm not trained in it?
No, those are you can't use them unless you're trained in it.
Keep in mind that I have a high knowledge in the planes.
Well, you said knowledge religion.
Either
No,
religion or planes, yes.
religion or planes. So either me or Mira.
I am trained in religion, so I'm gonna give that.
Okay. Wow.
Now this is this Paylor? I think I heard of him. That might be Paylor.
Okay. You're not sure what this is, but it gives you a very eerie feeling to look upon it. And as it turns and wanders around the room, you're really trying hard to make it so that it doesn't see you, but you don't know if it has or has not seen you.
Is it doing thing or just wandering?
It appears to be just wandering around the room and hovering close to the conduit in the floor.
It's probably mad we threw rocks at it. Wait, is it still a hole in the floor? I thought we, plugged it.
The rocks that you put in the hole are still there.
Okay.
And he doesn't appear to be affected.
I'm sorry, say that again. You broke up.
Does
He doesn't appear to be
affecting the hole.
No, he's just hovering around the hole.
See, my unarmed attack as magic. Is treated as a magic weapon.
Yes, as long as your key pool has points in it, then your unarmed attacks act as magic weapons. Yes.
I just don't know if magic would affect a ghost. And that's what I was trying to find with knowledge. I could just go up and try and fisticuffs the ghost, but that might not.
Well, it's up to you.
But I also don't want it to mess with the hole, so that's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Next time it gets close enough that I could reach it within a move period, I'm gonna.
Well, your move. Oh, okay. You're walking up to it.
You're not
Yep.
just gonna say hi or something?
Okay,
You're just gonna try attacking it?
As soon as you enter the room, it turns to face you, and it lets loose an inhuman screech, which pierces your ears. Make a fortitude saving throw. And then everyone else that's in the next room, I need you to make a listen check.
Hey, now I am not that bad.
You need to make a listen check, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, Loose Fang makes a fortitude, and everyone else needs to make a listen check. So I need to make a listen check for both Sheik and for Mira.
I guess we're all too far away.
Yeah.
Man, I've got that bad of a fortitude save. I'm pretty.
Let me just a moment. I need to make it for Mira as well.
Oh, she hears.
Okay, there we go. All of you, except for Mira, are not awakened by the shrieking. Um, on the other hand, Loose Fang, you, the sound rings so loudly in your ears that you're actually staggered for 1 round, which means you can either move or you can act, but you can't do both.
Alrighty.
Okay, so the ghost, after screeching at you, goes and retreats and actually stands right on top of the hole. And then begins to shimmer and dissipate.
Oh, you scared it.
Okay, you are so the sickly green glow quickly dissipates around where the ghost once was, and you see thin wisps uh, flowing down between these small holes between the rocks.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So you are actually fairly shaken by this vision, and your ears are still ringing, and you're having a hard time hearing.
I thought Mira heard that though.
Mira did hear that, and in fact, Mira did wake up, and she's going to come to investigate.
I'm going to kind of look around the area to see if I see anything, or if I can notice him anymore, while my ears are trying to mend.
All right. So Mira enters the room. You can't hear any footfalls, but as you come around the remains of the machine, you see Mira is in the room, and she's actually reaching out to you, and you can see that she's saying something, but you can't hear her what she's saying.
At first, I sort of stepped back upon seeing her, just because I didn't hear her throat. Then I see her, and so I walk over.
And she comes and places a paw on your shoulder, and you can see that she's speaking to you, but you still can't hear anything. There's this enormous ringing in.
I just kind of shake my head and point at my ear. I can't hear you right now.
Meh.
Ears are still ringing.
So Mira's eyes grow wide, and then she looks around the room, and then she points to your ears, and you can see her very carefully mouth the words, "What happened?"
I don't know. It seemed as if there was some sort of spirit or apparition that was making its way around the area.
She suddenly looks a bit fearful, and then she points down at the hole and then looks at you.
Yes, upon my entering the room, it let out not the most welcome hellos, then promptly left.
All right,
Right
and
down
then
the hole. And I
so
point,
she actually
the hole.
approaches the hole, but then thinks differently of it and backs away a little bit, and then she motions for you to come with her.
you don't have to tell me twice, mostly because I can't hear you.
And then she kind of looks at you like as if to say, "This is not a time for joking," and then she leads you out of the room.
I don't understand that look. It's always a time joke.
I know I can count on you, Loose Fang. Thank you for being such a good player.
You so need a subclass as a bard. Oh wait, do we even have that as a class we can pick?
I'm saying, say that again.
Is that even a class we can pick?
The Bard? Oh yes, it is.
Because I don't remember that on the initial list you gave us.
Did I not put that on the list? I should have.
I'll make sure to remember that.
All right. So Mira actually leads you around the large boulder to the camp where everybody's sleeping. She turns to you, and in the firelight, you can see her put one finger to her lips and point to everybody else. then she points to herself and she said, and she mouths the words, "My turn. You sleep."
Does the little like pillow hand motion against her head, like pointing at loose vein.
I should be okay. I'm sure my hearing will be back. You still need rest.
The last thing you said broke up.
Rest.
You still need to rest. I say this in a whisper, but it is still.
She sighs and slumps her shoulders and she nods, but then she points to you and she says, "You too."
I'll get some sleep. I'll sleepwalk whenever we're leaving. I can just tie a rope on so I don't wander.
She actually reaches up and places a paw wrapped around your muzzle to close your mouth. And she shakes her head with a little laugh, and then she points to the floor.
Down, doggy.
Good night to you too.
Oh man.
All right. As you settle down to get some rest, she actually kneels before you and places both paws on your ears, and then you can see that she's saying a small prayer. And all right. You are healed for 5 points of damage. And your ears they stop ringing. And then she looks at you and she kind of cocks her head and she says, "Hey, is that better?"
Never realized what a lovely voice. I can't hear it.
Oh. Put him down.
She actually does color a little bit and backs away and turns her face away from you.
Thank God.
All right.
Get some sleep.
Let me take watch for just an hour or two. I'll wake you when you've had a little bit of rest.
Reluctantly, I sigh, say, fine. But seriously, don't stay up too late. I've still got pep.
Cool.
All right. The last thing you said, you broke up again.
There's still plenty of pep up.
Yeah. Very good. All right, and you settled down to finally get some rest. All right. And meanwhile, Mira goes exploring and watching carefully, but not wandering too far away from the camp. All right, and someone is messaging me. Who's messaging me?
That was me.
Oh, okay.
It's about you know who.
Yeah, I saw that.
Just wanted to correct you a little bit.
Oh yeah, I'll get to that in a bit, Feluca.
Okay. Anyway, do continue.
All right. So,
Oh, I listed that in general chat. I didn't mean to list that in general.
yeah, I saw that. That's okay.
Sorry, that meant to be direct.
And then Mira is going to make a spot check using scent. Okay.
Whoops.
See no evil, hear no evil, smell no evil.
Yes, Reggie.
I sent you on private message on Discord.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you.
Because I need to some additional forced updating.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I go to good. And
Renji says that his PC is requires an update. It's requiring a forced update, and it's going to take a while, so he's going to have to drop.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Doei.
Thanks, Renji. Have a good night.
Yeah, good night too.
Good night.
Weltrusten.
There you go.
Wel trusten.
We'll trust
Well,
him.
trust-
Good night.
All right. So after a couple of hours, uneventful hours, Mira comes back to Loosebang and gently shakes you awake.
I pop awake. What? Everything okay?
It's all quiet here.
Good. Alrighty.
Okay.
Well, you get some rest. I'll keep an eye here out.
First, I want you to tell me what did that creature look like that you saw down there?
It was a humanoid, like arms, legs, whatnot.
So
Just
it was
sorta-
it was walking around.
Kinda. Sort of just shuffling around the area. Whenever it saw me, and after it attacked, it whisked down the hole, like through all the cracks.
So you're saying it broke apart and like turned into smoke or something?
I think it was. To be honest, I wasn't watching too closely at that point. Ears right door.
Yeah, I can understand that. Well, I didn't dare go down into the summoning room, and I recommend that you don't either.
That's probably the best idea. 'Cause I smelt that smell is getting stronger. And I was afraid something might have and it did apparently.
So you're saying that the smell came up again, even though we put all the rocks in there?
That's correct.
All right. Well, maybe I should maybe I should stay up with you.
No, you need your. We're gonna need all the spell work. Come to.
We can get.
Oh, what about Renji or what about Sheik? Maybe they can stay up with you. I don't want you to be out. I don't want you to be down there alone.
We could do that. Maybe Rangy could.
How many
All right.
hours has it been so far?
I'm sorry. Say that again for Luco.
How many hours has it been so far?
It's been 4 hours so far. It's the early mornings, very early morning hours now. You've still got 4 more to go.
Well, I'm at full health, and it only took 1 hour to regain my spells.
That's true. So if you want to help Loosefang out, you can do that.
Well, I'm asleep.
You are. So there's no way for you to communicate that to the rest of the party. So and Mira she's inclined to wake up a non-caster before she wakes up a caster. So
Do I know the shape of like Grafualuco, like health wise? Like, do I know if either of them got especially banged up?
Well, Feluco right now, he looks to be just fine, but you're not sure how he is emotionally or mentally.
No, yeah, I was gonna avoid Fualuco.
That's probably wise, because he doesn't like being woke up.
Okay. Renji, on the other hand, Mira gently tries to prod him awake, but he simply rolls over and snores, begins to snore, and so she gives up on Renji. Makes her way through the foliage to wake up Sheik, who actually is somewhat awake already because he's a light sleeper. And she motions for him to come and join you. And then she takes his spot and lays down to rest. So Sheik also, you relay to him the same information that you relayed over to Mira. And once he's appraised of the situation, he actually starts to look somewhat curious. And he motions for you to follow him. He wants to go down into the summoning chamber.
I follow after. Are you sure this is a good idea? Mira was saying we ought to not go that way.
Oh, she's stuck up.
No,
She came from the same place that brother Thomas did. Besides, I'm gonna hide myself. I'm gonna be real quiet, and I'm just gonna take a look around the corner. I just want to see if you can.
I kind of block the doorway.
You say what?
Kind of block the doorway to stop him going. Wait a minute.
Okay, come on. I just want to see. I want to take a look. That's all.
Whew.
Bless
You already saw the
Excuse me.
hole.
Yeah, but you saw an actual ghost. It was like an apparition. I want to see that.
But it's not there now.
It didn't hurt you, did it?
Well, it shrieked and my ears were ringing something.
Well, okay.
Screaming like a banshee.
What if I put my fingers in my ears?
Then how are you gonna hide properly?
Oh, that's adorable, Marcus. So, okay, are you going to let me through or not? I just want to see. I can hide. I can be quiet. I'm not going to attract his attention. I just want to take a look.
Sheik's in.
Who wrote that?
That's Sheik.
Oh,
He's
Sheik,
logged in, just barely.
Sheik, you are here. Woo. Okay, you came in
Yeah.
just at the right time. Let me explain what's going on. All right. So, Sheik, you were not here during the last session, were you?
He's not in voice chat.
Oh, your Sheik is not in voice chat. Okay. Let's get him into voice chat real quick. Okay. We'll take a 5-minute breather here and allow Sheik to enter.
Okay. Let me know when to bring it back online. Welcome back.
Did Barkable die?
Barkable died. So to catch you up, Sheik, we went inside, faced a troll. Pulled Barkable into two pieces. I got mad. I filleted him and turned him into armor.
You filleted a troll.
Well, figure of speech. But I did turn him into armor. They went south. They looked at this big giant metal contraption. Said, "Hey, let's tear that apart." And so then there was a hole, and then they tried filling the hole. Then we all tried filling the hole, and then there was a ghost.
Yep.
Okay, so it's approximately 2 in the morning. Loose Fang has been keeping watch. Mira took a couple of hours to watch, but then she woke up Sheik and Loose Fang, and she was actually worried because Loose Fang reported seeing a ghost in the summoning room. The ghost shrieked at him, made him deaf for a little bit. Mira was able to heal that, but she woke up Sheik, and now Sheik and Loose Fang are arguing because Sheik is actually rather intrigued by what he saw, and he wants to take a look himself, and Loose Fang is actually against it, and he's blocking the doorway, not letting Sheik go through to go see if he can see the ghost.
Okay.
And now, Sheik.
I just think it might be best if we leave the room alone till everyone's able to wake up.
Okay, the plan was, Sheik, to get you filled in a little bit. The plan was, Brother Thomas is saying that they want to seal this conduit that was below the summoning focus. He senses an evil presence down there. Foluka was suggesting that he uses the Soften Earth spell to create a small landslide inside the conduit that would collapse it. But he needs to have his full night's rest in order to get that spell. So meanwhile, as Loose Fang was keeping watch, the ghost appeared to him, and he saw the ghost actually dissipate into like wisps of smoke and go down between the rocks that they had used to fill in the hole. So you don't even know if it's there or not, but your complaint against Loose Fang was saying, hey, it didn't hurt you, I want to see it.
And at the third hour, the ghost of the second present. I totally butchered that reference, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I missed it. Okay. So I want to hear how this plays out, but before we do that, Loose Fang, I need you to make a spot check by scent.
I do not have this superpower. You'll have to leave it up to your nose.
Yeah, I'm afraid Sheik does not have the scent ability.
Nope.
Okay, Loose Fang. Once again, the acrid, acidy, smoky smell meets your nostrils, but it is more faint than before. However, it is definitely there.
I'm still smelling that bad mood you down. I just don't know if we should head down there. It's probably not safe.
Okay, so Sheik, are you going to argue with him, or are you going to just accept that?
I'm going to say we need to know what's going on. So I would like to try and see if I can get a visual. Confirm if there's nothing or something.
Well, I can smell there's something there. Not as bad as when the ghost was there before, but I don't know what.
All right, so I need to see what kind of decision you're going to make here.
Do the Sheiky Sheik.
So you're going to try and sneak around him? Oh, no, that wasn't Sheik that said that.
I would like to sneak. Yeah, I'll sneak. I'm gonna say that I want to try sneaking in, taking a quick peek, and then I can pop right back out.
Oh, I advise against it. Mira says it's not that good an idea. I'm inclined to believe her.
I'm inclined to believe her as well. I just think that we need some more information to work with.
Now, I tried sneaking before as well, but it didn't work.
Now, admittedly, you're not the master of stealth, Loose Fang. No offense.
But let me just give it a try.
All right. Okay, there's your hide. What about move silently?
There we go.
Tap dancing on fire.
Jeez, Sheik, you are really consistent. All right.
The one thing I
let's-
am consistent on is stealth. So I'm going down this hallway, correct?
Yes, round this hallway into the central chamber. Now you were in here before. What you saw before was some sort of curious-looking machine in the center of this room. You and Renji tore it apart on Brother Thomas's recommendation. It was underneath the remains of this machine that you found the conduit that went straight down into the ground.
Alright. I shall.
So where
Approach
you're gonna duck behind that wall there?
I'm gonna duck behind the wall and try to get a visual from here.
Okay. You see, coming from the hole in the center of the room, what looks to be curling wisps of green smoke. They're very slowly spiraling around each other and rising up from between the rocks that you stuffed into the hole.
Oops.
Can you guys see the smoke?
Yeah.
Okay.
Question. Is this
I would like to try and throw a rock and pretty much as far as I can in any direction away from me.
What was that?
quick question.
I want to see if it reacts to that.
So you're gonna try and throw a rock at the wisps of smoke?
Kind of adjacent to. I want to see if there's any reaction.
Okay.
So I have a question, Tarek. Is
Yes,
the
sir.
stuff coming through the cracks between the rocks or through the rocks
Yes.
themselves?
No, it's between the rocks. Very minuscule air pockets between the rocks.
And the ghost, did it go through the rocks themselves or the cracks in the rocks?
Between the rocks.
Okay. Is this stuff coming out of the fissures as well or just the hole?
Just the hole, not
Okay.
the fissures.
Okay.
Okay. So you find a small stone on the floor, no bigger than the width of a finger, and you cast it over by the wisps of smoke. Give me a ranged attack roll.
Alright, here goes.
Okay. So your rock hits the ground right there.
Alright.
And bounces off the machinery. The curling wisp of smoke doesn't seem to react to it at all. However, after a moment, before your very eyes, you see the stone that you threw rise up into the air as if on its own accord, and it is cast back at your direction. Make a reflex saving throw.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Whoops.
Okay, that's enough. You are able to duck behind the corner, and the small stone bounces harmlessly off of the stone wall. Loose Fang, you do hear this happen down the end of the hallway.
Oh dear, what have gotten himself into?
Dealing with ghosts,
Who you gonna
demon
call?
spirits.
I will.
Ghostbusterz!
Are you heading in or are you wanting me to head out?
Well, I don't know if you can head out, so I'm just going to move silently down that.
So, Sheik, make a spot check. Loose Fang, you're going to try and move silently as well? Okay.
Well, I heard something.
Okay, and you want a spot check for me?
Yep, give me a spot check, Sheik.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, there you go. Good.
Wonder if the evil demented spirit can do the can-can.
Right. Sheik,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
you peek your head around the corner and actually are quite startled to see there, just inches away from your face, the visage of some apparition also poking its head around the corner. And you come nearly nose to nose with this thing before it lets loose with a piercing shriek.
Ah!
Sheik, I need you first to make a will saving throw and then a fortitude saving throw.
Alright.
Oh man, that is so like Scooby-Doo classic.
Yeah, you
Hey,
know what?
Ghosty Goose.
Probably is.
Can you do the can-can?
No. Okay. So I need everyone who's asleep up there to also make listen checks. Loose Fang, no listen check. You can definitely hear this, but it's not going to harm your ears.
Oh.
So Mira is also going to make a listen check.
As well as Renji.
And Renji needs to make a listen check. And I am being,
That's failing well.
I am being attacked by a cat. I have a cat who is nosing my arm. Hello, Milky.
Hi, Milky.
So,
Can you do the can-can? Can you do the can-can? Can you do the can-can?
oh, hush.
I'm not.
So, Marcus, this time you are awakened when the shrieking occurs. Sheik, can you give me, did you give me a will saving throw, Sheik?
He did. He got it.
Oh, you
I
did?
did,
All
but
right.
I would love to say I didn't.
Okay, now, not a reflex saving throw. This would be a fortitude saving throw.
So does me and Mira
Oh yeah,
wake up?
fortitude. Okay, then.
Foluco, you are not awakened. Only Marcus.
Okay.
Fortitude. I apologize.
Yay.
Okay,
Better.
so Sheik, you are not deafened by the shriek, but you are certainly frightened by it, and so you take off in a panic.
Well, I kind of
Well,
want
it's
to get away
always
from
a bit
anyways.
crowded.
That works for me.
Okay, and Loose Fang, he tries to move past you. Are you going to try and stop him, or are you going to let him go past you?
I'll flatten myself against the wall so he can rush past.
Okay. All right.
Am I gonna wake up?
Sheik,
As I run
yes,
by, I'm gonna yell at him. Get Mira.
Marcus, you are awake, and Sheik, you get that far before you can do another will saving throw.
Okay.
Mhm.
Let's hope that I have some more will this time.
That's better. Okay, you're able to get your wits about you. All right, Marcus, you are open. You're welcome to move around. Let me take the sleep icon off of you. All right. So, Sheik, you actually stop at the doors and you lean on the doors, breathing heavily. You have never seen an apparition like this before, and much less quite so close and quite so loud.
Ugly Benji.
What?
Okay.
There
So-
is a ugly Benji.
Something that, okay, so you're calling it a banshee. Do you even know what a banshee is? Does your character know what a banshee is?
I have no idea, but it screamed at me.
Okay, so do you have knowledge of dungeoneering, or do you have knowledge of the planes?
I
Dungeon
don't think I have either.
is
So
different.
maybe I'm just
Sure.
saying an ugly screaming.
Oh wait, no, that.
I have a 1 in knowledge of the plans.
Are you trained in it? Do you have any ranks put into it?
Yeah. Yeah, I have a 1.
Okay, so then you can make a knowledge of.
Okay. And knowledge of religion?
No, it's either dungeoneering or planes.
Okay. Well, I have knowledge of both, but I'll do knowledge of planes.
Okay, a 6 is not going to do it for you.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
Loose Fang, do you have planes or dungeoneering?
Just a religion. Yeah. What was the
Okay.
other one? Got Arcana.
Okay, yeah, Arcana is not what's necessary here. All right. At any rate, the three of you are well, yeah. Marcus is more curious, but both Sheik and Lushfang are shaken by the experience. And Lushfang, you feel a bit vindictive at this point. Like
If
I
only
told you
someone
so.
had said maybe not to go there.
Well, you did. I didn't listen. Now we know there's a ghost thing.
We already knew that.
Yes, but now we know what it looks like.
We already knew that.
And personal.
Seen it with my own
Wait,
eyes.
wait, wait. There's a ghost? What?
It would not make great dating material.
What?
Kind of ugly
That
and dead.
makes you have something in common.
Okay, I need Marcus, Sheik, and Lushfang. I need you guys to make spot checks. Sheik, Marcus, Loosefang. Okay, Loosefang, you have your back turned towards Sheik and Marcus, but Marcus and Sheik, you both see this.
Loose Fang, you might want to get out of there. Might want to run.
Oh, so now we want to get out of here. I'm pretty
This
sure we
thing
were already.
is behind you.
Okay. So I need, let's see, Sheik and Marcus. I need you to roll initiative. Loosefang, you are surprised at the moment.
About to be very.
Loose Fang, move out of the way.
Okay.
Well, we need to get it to like a spot where we can do stuff.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So did we get initiative rolls?
I got an initiative roll.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Go ahead and roll it again. I think I might have deleted it. Go ahead and roll it again and I'll convert it to that 2707. That's amazing, Marcus, by the way.
Yeah, I'm keeping that 2707.
Yeah, you can keep that, certainly. All right.
It says you attempted to use the roll command looking for the value of a selected token, but no tokens are selected.
So go ahead and
You gotta
click
select your character.
Yeah, click your character before you roll initiative.
Must have deselected myself somehow. Alright, let's try that again.
Wow, that's impressive. Okay,
Hey, we're both faster than Mr. Ghostface.
well, yes, for now.
What about Loose Fang?
Lustfang does not participate this round because he has his back turned and he did not spot the ghost coming up behind him.
Do I know what can hurt this ghost from the previous battle that I, of course, was here for? Of course.
Yes, there was no battle against the ghost previously, so you don't know. The battle that happened before was against the troll.
Okay.
Okay, so Marcus, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna run there and pull Loose Fang out of there.
Okay, so you're going to push past Sheik. Let's see, if you start right here,
Yeah.
you can get to Loose Fang and you can grab him if you want.
Okay.
So, all right. So Loose Fang, you see a rather fearful looking Marcus running up to you, and he is actually reaching out to grab you. What are you going to do about that?
Given what we've already seen, knowing Marcus not be someone that would just try and tackle me for no reason out of the blue, I kind of go along with it, but I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
What's up?
So Marcus, he is willing at this point. So you're just going to try and grab him and pull him out of the way. Okay. So
Yep.
instead of doing a grapple check because you got because Loose Fang is willing, I just need you to give me a strength roll.
Okay. Oh, come on.
Very nice. Okay.
Oh,
Loose
does it?
Fang, he grabs you around your shoulders and bodily drags you 10 feet into the next square and actually backs into Sheik. So,
Oh.
Sheik, at this point, it is your turn, Sheik, but you are you've got a Marcus in your face.
Okay. Can I sidestep and take a shot at the ghost?
Yes, you can.
So I need to get away from Marcus and shoot at the ghost. Is what I want to do.
Okay. All right, so go ahead and give me a ranged attack roll.
I'm pretty sure this is not corporeal, so I don't think this will do anything. But let's just see what.
Oh,
Wow,
well, there you go.
that's quite impressive.
I somehow
However-
nat 20 to that. So
Yes. However, as you feared, your arrow it strikes the apparition in the center and passes completely through it, and then bounces harmlessly on the far wall.
hey,
I have no idea what we're gonna be doing.
Hey Marcus, do you have ice magic on you right now?
Yes,
I
you
could
do.
try.
You have your two uses of ice bolt at this point. Now, Sheik, are you going to try and move?
I would like to try backing up a bit.
Okay, there you go.
I think we might want to get out of the hallway.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the apparition, the ghost, actually raises two disembodied arms and swipes just at the place where Loose Fang was only seconds earlier. You did pull him to safety, and so there is no attack there. But it continues to move forward. Marcus, I'm sorry, Loose Fang, go ahead and add yourself to the initiative order. Oh boy. Okay.
Of course.
Okay, Marcus. Loose Fang is still in front of you, but you were able to pull him 10 feet down the hallway, but the ghost is closing. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna hurl my ice bolts at him.
So you're
See if
going
that
to
does
cast,
anything.
you're going to cast a dual ice bolt at this apparition, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Okay. So I need you to give me 2 ranged attack rolls.
Whoops.
All right. The first one misses, but the second one does hit. I need you to go ahead and roll for damage. Second.
It's D6. 4
All
points of
right.
damage.
So, the to your surprise, after watching Sheik's arrow pass right through it, your ice bolt does indeed impact it, and it does recoil, but only slightly.
Hey, lovely.
Huh.
Okay, Sheik, Oh, sorry, Marcus. Do you want to move? You can go ahead and move.
Yeah. I still have my arms wrapped around Loose Fang, do I?
Yeah, but you can let him go, or you can pull him further if you want.
I'm gonna pull him out of the hallway.
All right. So, in order to pull him 30 feet, that would take up your entire move.
Okay.
So you're going to pull him that far?
Yeah.
All right. So where are you ending up? Okay, fine.
It's perfect.
Okay. So. All right. Loose Fang, you've still got your back turned, so you do not get an attack of opportunity on the ghost as it moves through that threatened square. However, it approaches the three of you, and you can see it. You can see it opens its mouth much too far for a physical being to open its mouth, and you can see that it's going to screech once again. I need the three of you to make fortitude saving throws.
Cover your ears.
Is the rest of the party gonna need to make do a listen check?
Yep. Once this screech is loose, then they can make listen checks. Yes.
Dude.
Oh, ouch.
Okay. Loose Fang. Oh my gosh. All right. Okay, the three of you. I need to roll for that.
Wait, this is not very fun. And I'm pretty sure that physical attacks don't do anything. I need
Okay. The three of you have taken 5 points of sonic damage, and your ears are ringing. You can no longer hear.
Ah!
So let me go ahead and update. All right, and the rest of the party, go ahead and make listen checks.
I want enchanted gear in the future for spoopy things like this.
Spoopy things like this.
Yes.
Spooky.
That's an interesting word. I like that word.
My college roommate came up with it.
What is the precise definition of the word spoopy?
Let's see.
Spooky and dumb.
Okay, neither Mira nor Renji are awakened by this. However, Brother Thomas is. And Faluko, you are not awakened by it.
Spoopy is a new word that first appeared on the internet in 2009. You will examine the meaning of the word spoopy, where it came from, and some examples of its use in sentences. Spoopy is a word that describes something that is scary and funny at the same time. There you go.
Okay. Spoopy. Huh?
Yep,
Gotcha.
Okay,
Gotcha.
apparently it's a word.
All right.
it is a word.
Okay, so I got to put conditions on the three of you.
Spoopy. What's new, Scoopy Doo?
I'm looking for an icon that fits.
What's new, Scooby Doo? We're coming after you. What's new, Scooby Doo?
Okay, I'll use that one. Okay, Loose Fang.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Once again, your ears are ringing as before. Having been prepared for this, you try your best to ignore it, but it is your turn.
I will focus on my chi, trying to center myself, and I'm just gonna try and strike out a.
Swing, bada, swing!
Now, since you are already in melee range with the ghost and you don't need to move, you could do a full round action and do a flurry of blows here.
I'll do that.
Okay? That gives you How many strikes do you get on your flurry of blows? Is it 2? Is it
2 at +1.
okay? So go ahead and do 2 melee attacks and add a +1 temporary modifier to your attack rolls.
Spoopy. uh,
That second one is a hit. Go ahead and roll for damage on that second one.
An arrow flies right through him and just sticks him. I am now confused.
You don't have a key pool.
Actually, I'm just using my hands and feet right
Yeah.
because I don't think I can channel my monk weapon.
Yeah. So, Sheik, your character has learned that ghostly apparitions cannot be hit by normal weapons. Ooh, that's pretty good. All right, you can feel your fist make a connection. And you are satisfied to see that it does recoil just a bit.
huh.
Not so nice, is it?
All right.
Indeed.
So, let me add this. Brother, let's see, the third round has begun.
You're lucky you're a ghost, otherwise that'd hurt a lot.
More than what it just did.
Oh, what? Wow.
What's that?
That's Brother Thomas's initiative roll.
Oh,
Still a bit groggy.
All right.
okay.
Okay.
But, funny enough, he is above Loosefang in the initiative order. Marcus.
Alright. Well, I figure ice is gonna do something against, so I'm gonna try freezing him.
You're going to try and freeze a ghost.
Yes.
Well, I can shatter ice. I'm just this.
Wait, how can you have an imaginary fraction of a number?
No, what?
6.-1?
What it is that's their initiative bonus is what's after the decimal.
Oh.
It's math, algebraic. 6 plus -1, not point.
So he rolled. What he did is he rolled. Oh, so it's actually 5 -1. You're right. He rolled 6. There it is. He rolled a 6, but since he has a -1 on his bonus, it ends up as a 5.
So can you just put it as 5 and get rid of the -1? It's weird.
I could do that.
It's okay.
The reason we put the bonus there is if 2 people roll the same initiative, then you say whichever has the higher bonus.
Ah, okay. Well then, in that case, leave it like that.
Yeah.
My bad. I didn't know that.
Oh. Okay, so Marcus, you said you're going to try and freeze this thing.
Yeah.
Okay, are you using your ice bolt attack, or you're going to try and do a wild cast?
I'll just do a wild cast because I only have 2 more rolls, and I'm gonna try and save that for desperate measures.
Okay,
Wild
go ahead and give me a d20.
Oh, dang.
Whoa. Okay.
You freeze yourself to the floor.
Marcus, in your haste to draw upon the power, you actually succeed in freezing both of your paws together. So both of your paws are now frozen in a small crystal of ice that wraps around both of them, and you can't move your paws.
Ah, shoot!
On the
Oh,
bright
yeah,
side,
ice.
you now have an ice-based bludgeoning weapon.
Ice-based bludgeoning weapon, yes.
well,
Well, I mean, it is magical ice, is it not?
It is.
I whack at him with it.
Well, you've already taken a standard action this turn, so if you want to move, you can, but you're going to need to wait till your next turn in order to actually attack.
And it's twofold. You can use it as a shield.
I'm gonna move away.
All right. Only one square?
Let's see. Hold on.
Because,
Move away
again,
60.
just as a reminder, if you move more than one square away from then you get an attack of opportunity on you.
Okay. 20, 30. I'll just stay there for now.
You just stay put. Okay, Sheik.
Yeah.
Do I have a torch on me?
I'm afraid not.
I'm pretty sure I only have normal weapons at the moment, so I am going to step backwards, and I'm just going to yell for help. Top of my lungs. I know my ears are ringing, but somebody else can probably still hear.
So you're trying to yell, and it feels like you're yelling. You can't hear yourself yelling. All right.
Oh, well, look up Fuluko.
Meanwhile, yes, Foluco, yes, you are awake, and we'll see if Reggie and Mira awake.
So you want me to roll initiative?
At the beginning of the next round.
Okay. Do I move?
You can move at the beginning of your next turn. Yes, just a moment.
Okay.
Where is awake?
I at hearing a cry for help, I wake up and I'm slightly mad at being woken up early, and I'm like, who in bloody Tarasks is yelling?
Wow. Watch your language.
Do you kiss your mother with that mouth?
He said Tarask. Yeah.
Kiss your mother with him.
All right. So Foluco and Mira both wake up, but Renji is still off in the corner snoring away.
Of course he is.
Okay.
Crazy bard.
Okay. So Sheik, you moved and you yelled for help. The ghost, seeing Loose Fang, reaches out to strike with a disembodied arm.
That disembodied arm, you best put away from me.
Okay.
That's
Oh.
not keeping it away.
Yeah. Loose Fang, what's your armor class? I need to look up
Believe it's
your
50. Let me check quick. 14.
14. That is definitely a hit.
Indeed it is.
Okay, so you feel an extreme cold on your shoulder where this disembodied arm connects with your flesh.
That is not pleasant.
All right, you have taken 6 additional points of damage, and I need you to make a reflex saving throw. No, sorry, not reflex, fortitude.
Copy that.
Ugh.
You said fortitude?
Fortitude, that's correct. Very good. Okay, you are not inflicted with any ill effects. Okay. Meanwhile, Brother Thomas. Okay.
Oh, is it the beginning of the next round, or after,
Not yet.
after Loose Fang?
After Loose Fang, that's correct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Brother Thomas runs around the boulder and sees the ghost, the apparition, and immediately claps both hands together and prepares to cast a spell on his next round. Loose Fang, it is your turn.
I will. Guess just do another flurry.
All right, yeah. As long as you're in melee range and you don't move. Okay. Both of those are a hit.
This thing, if you kill this thing, you will be my new favorite adventurer in the party.
We shall
give
see.
me 2 damage rolls.
Ooh, 7 points of damage.
7 points, so total 12. Very nice. That's actually quite good.
Not dead yet.
Oof.
I'm slightly disheartened with the loss of Barkable, though, because he was our most effective healer.
Yes, indeed.
Or at least your most enthusiastic healer.
True.
All right. So, Luzfang, you realize that you have made some solid connections, and you are growing in confidence, realizing that you can damage this ghost as long as your people still has power in it. All right. Fulco and Mira, I need you guys to roll initiative.
Mira is not here.
Yep, I'm rolling for her.
Okay.
So that puts Mira and Fulco. Okay, go ahead, Marcus.
Alright. I am gonna move over here and take another whack at the ghost with my hands that are covered in ice.
Your hands are frozen in magical ice, and you're going to try and swipe
Yes.
at it that way. Let's see if this works, folks. Go ahead and give me a melee attack. Since your hands are tied, I need you to take a -2 penalty on that.
Oh. So, temporary modifier.
That's correct.
-2.
But it's funny because the side hands
Oh.
are the weapon.
Holy cow!
Yep.
That is definitely a hit. Okay. Okay.
Ooh.
Here's what I want you to do. Marcus, roll a die 8, add your strength, and then add another +1. And sorry, not, add your strength bonus.
We don't get any
Hold
more
on.
bonuses
I
for
use my
making
strength
the DM
bonus.
laugh.
I'm sorry, what was that?
We don't get any more bonuses for making the DM laugh.
you're getting brownie points for innovative.
Okay, so it's a D8 +1 plus what else?
So plus your strength bonus and then plus a 1. So I don't know, what is your strength bonus?
So 1.
So it's a D8 plus 2.
Yeah, D8 plus 2.
8 points of damage.
Oh man, you guys are really doing pretty well. Holy cow. Okay. Sheik, you have seen Marcus and Luzfang both do damage to this thing, even though you saw your arrow go right through it, and you're actually feeling confused and jealous.
A bit. Yeah. I want to get my gear enchanted if possible or something. Because this is frankly embarrassing.
By the way, Marcus, as the ice block comes in contact with the ghost, a lot of it chips off. You think that you could do one more strike before it all chips away?
Okay.
Okay, so Sheik, what are you going to do? You guys are all you are all deaf. You're still deaf until the end of this round.
Okay. Are there any large shards that I could use as a makeshift dagger? darker from the ice that.
No, it's all actually it chips away and it actually is melting as it comes in contact.
Okay then. I'm probably going to keep backing up, and well, yeah, I'm gonna back up and give Thomas company just say it's a ghost.
Note that you are deaf. You are backing up, so you're not looking, so you don't know that Brother Thomas is behind you.
Okay.
All right. So you're backing up there, and you're actually surprised to suddenly see Brother Thomas standing there next to you as you back up, and you can see that he is saying something, but you cannot hear what he's saying.
He can't hear. I know he can hear me, but I can't hear him. I'm just going to stupidly say it's a ghost.
It's a ghost. It's a ghost. He actually cocks his head in your direction and nods curtly before returning to whatever he's saying.
Well, at least I got acknowledged.
All right. So the ghost is actually slowly beginning to move down the hallway once again.
Okay.
Run away, eh?
Mira is going to move to there. Okay. All right, Fuluko, what are you going to do?
He's gonna move to there.
Okay.
What's going on?
What's that? Whatever that is.
As I approach Brother Thomas moving past Mira, I ask, what's going on?
So who's making the whistling noise?
Oh, that's me.
Yeah, go ahead and
Okay.
stop that, please.
Okay.
All right, so you can actually, Fuluko, as you come up to Brother Thomas, you can see that he is deep in the middle of casting a spell, and he is about to release it.
Oh,
So you think better of trying to interrupt him.
okay then. Well, that was my move. It's Brother Thomas's now.
All right.
Do I see the ghost?
Yes, you can. It has just entered the double doors at the end of the chamber. There you go.
Okay, yeah.
You have line of sight.
Okay.
I feel slightly
So-
shafted that my nat 20 was wasted.
Okay. I'm just checking. Okay. Brother Thomas spreads his arms wide and releases a shower of energy in all directions that radiates as beams of light from his person. That they disappear quickly, but the ghost is visibly harmed by the effect.
Oh. That's cool.
When I get my hearing back, I would like to ask what the heck that was.
It's dead.
And in fact, as the ghost is caught by a couple of the beams of light coming from Brother Thomas, it dissipates into wisps of smoke that immediately disappear. All right, Brother Thomas turns to you and kind of wrings his hands a little bit, and then shakes his head.
Me or Sheik or who?
He actually turns to Sheik and Fuluko. And Sheik, you can see that he's saying something, but you can't tell what he's saying. Fuluko, you on the other hand, You can hear him muttering something about the undead.
So
I'm going to point at my ear and say, "I can't hear you." A little bit too loudly, perhaps.
Okay, actually the ringing is beginning to subside, Sheik.
As I'm walking past Sheik towards Brother Thomas, I put my paw on Sheik's shoulder and saying to Brother Thomas, I'm like, "Who's raising the dead while I'm asleep?"
It must be from the conduit below. I didn't think those rocks would stop it for long.
Well, then
We've
let's
got to get that thing
fix
plugged
that.
up.
Okay, then let's get to plugging. Is there like a magical...
I'm sorry, what was that?
Let's get to plugging. Is there any magical like a ghost plug rune that we can draw on it or something?
Feluco seems to know what he's doing.
And that's a +2 with scent, I believe, right?
I'm sorry, say that again?
As I'm walking down the hall, I'm scenting.
I'm going to roll my eyes and follow for moral support, as I feel kind of useless when it comes to ghosts.
I motioned to Mir. Can we get a healing spell or something?
Yeah. Okay. So, Brother Thomas, he watches Feluco moving over, and Feluco, now you can see that there is a twisting ring of smoke coming from between the rocks.
1 second. And
yes. Okay. Yes. There is definitely some sort of necromantic power going on underneath. You feel that that below here is either some sort of burial site or some other repository for the dead. And this conduit was channeling the energy of the dead up into the summoning focus.
okay, I turn around and saying to Brother Thomas and Mir, I'm like, there's probably a whole bunch of dead bodies below us. Collapsing this probably won't solve the issue.
Well, it would just give him a proper burial.
That's...
I'll even give him a tombstone. I'll say...
I can only do so
The
much
jerks
as a
who
druid.
attacked me.
I can't put the dead to rest.
And how can we do that?
We need Father Kearns here. I can stop them, I can harm them, but I can't dispel them.
All I can do is close up the hole and keep them from coming up, but this is going to be an issue later on down the road for someone else.
Well, in the meantime, why don't you gather around and I'll see what I can do about patching up those wounds.
Okay.
Yes,
as he does that, I approach the hole and prepare to collapse it with soften earth.
Okay. So, Brother Thomas, he again Brother Thomas makes the same motions as before, but this time when he spreads his arms out, the rays of energy that come from him are much softer, much gentler, and they wrap around you and heal your wounds.
That's pleasant.
And
Nice.
each of you is healed for 9 points of damage,
Okay.
which brings Loose Fang, that brings you up to 36 out of 38, which is pretty nice.
Thank you, thank you.
Marcus, that brings you up to full health, 22. And
Sweet.
Sheik, yeah, that also brings you up to full health at 26.
Awesome. I'll take it.
Okay.
Mira, I believe Mira is already at full health,
Yeah,
and
she
Brother
is.
Thomas, it heals him also up to full health. Very nice.
I kneel.
He's the priest that's accompanying them at the moment.
I kneel down on the tiled ground, and then I place my hands on the ground, and I chant some words in Druidic, and you start to feel the ground tremble.
Oh boy. Okay, Brother Thomas, he actually watches you curiously for, and then motions for everyone to step back. Okay, there is a great rumbling sound coming from the center of the room
Oh,
as some of the remnants of the machine begin to sink and the tile cracks in many different places. Much more cracked than it was before.
oh. So I just got a message from Mira. She said that she's gonna take a rain check this week. Sorry.
Okay.
Just thought you all know. Just thought you ought to know.
Okay, the room is actually beginning to break apart, and many of the tiles are falling. They fall for about 1.5 feet before they come to rest, and there you can see more fissures opening in the earth.
I'm like, guys, you might want to take more of a step back.
All right. Meanwhile, after several minutes of rumbling and shifting earth, it finally calms, and the thin wisps of smoke have dissipated. The hole is now covered because it appears as if the earth itself shifted and molded together to form a solid stone plug that covers where the hole used to be. You're confident
Right.
that that's going to hold whatever is down there, although it doesn't destroy it.
Okay.
I turned back around and I said, well, that solves it for the moment. But like I said, this will be a problem for someone else another day.
So
On that we can agree, says Brother Thomas. This is going to be a problem, and it's not going to hold it forever.
On that note, I walk over to the wall. No, I'm already near a wall. I extend my claws and like I scratch into the wall, druidic, detailing this room.
Now, what did you say?
In druidic, I scratch into the wall, kind of like what happened here and what's underneath.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna try doing the same thing in common on the wall.
Okay. So you're going to leave a warning to those who come later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. While you're doing that, I need everyone in the chamber to make a listen check.
A what check?
Make a what?
Make a listen check.
I'm sorry, man.
Okay.
No, you're fine, sweetheart. Oh, very nice, all of you. Except, well, no, Loosefang, Marcus, and Jake. Very nice. Okay,
Well,
and then I'll make
Oluko and Mira.
I'll make one for Brother Thomas as well. All right. So, Loosefang, Marcus, and Cheek, your ears perk up, and you can hear, coming from the north, beyond the doors to the north, you can hear what sounds to be scratching on the floor and some large creature moving around in the next chamber, accompanied by very small, what sound like squeaks.
What?
That's where we were camping out.
Back in the chamber where you just came from to the north, something is moving around in the chamber, scraping along on the floor.
Has Renji woken up yet?
Not that you can tell, although you're nowhere near him at the moment.
Wow, my ears.
I let the party know. You didn't hear. Your listen check was a 9, Oluko.
Yeah.
No, I said my ears because someone just screamed in the mic.
Oh.
Okay, so
Oh, that
the
was
rest of the party has been informed that there's it sounds like there is somewhat of a large creature moving in the next room, accompanied by squeaking.
I make my way up the hall.
Okay. All right, one moment before you go out the door. Okay. Loose Fang, are you going to actually walk out the door?
Well, do I see anything as I'm coming up the hallway?
Are you gonna look around the corner?
Yes.
All right. Yes. You can see what looks to be a large creature with leathery wings moving along the floor. It is the body is covered in fur, and it has fangs and an upturned nose and very large ears. It looks to be a bat of some sort, but it is enormous for a bat, and it's actually moving along the floor because it's the ceiling is too low for it to fly in here. The wingspan must be enormous, but it is actually moving toward you in the hallway.
Do I see this?
No, you don't see it yet.
Okay, Loose
Oh.
Fang, what do you do?
Loose Fang sees it.
Terrifying, but that is an adorable sprite.
Wait, say that again?
I know it's supposed to be terrifying, but that is very adorable sprite you picked.
So, crawling
That is
along the
indeed
floor
adorable.
is a very large bat that you estimate the wingspan must be at least 10 or 12 feet wide.
Okay, do I see it now?
Hey,
Now you
everyone.
can see it, Foluco.
Okay, I grab
Everyone,
Loose
there's a-
Fang and I throw him behind me, moving forward. I cast Speak with Animal and Calm Animal.
Now, wait a minute. Okay.
Wait a second.
Loose Fang, are you going to try and resist being thrown here?
Yeah.
Okay, so then, Foluco, I need you to make a grapple check. What's your combat maneuver defense?
Mine.
Just a second. I may be confused with Pathfinder here. Let me check.
Yeah, there is no combat maneuver.
No, there isn't. That's Pathfinder. Never mind. So yeah, giving me a grapple check. No strength check, just a grapple check. Yes. Okay. With a 20, yes, that is enough to push Loose Fang out of the way.
Okay.
So, Foluco, we're going to switch places.
And
all right.
I cast Calm Animal and Speak with Animal.
Okay, Loose Fang, you are roughly pushed out of the way, and you are quite perturbed as you see Foluco push past you impatiently, and he walks up to this very large-looking bat and immediately begins to cast spells toward it.
Hey,
So
now.
you're casting Calm Animal and Speak with Animal?
Yes, Calm Animal has a roll to it, though.
Yes, if it attempts to resist.
Right. Does it?
But if it is willing, then there's no saving throw required.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, no saving throw required. So you are able to speak with
Okay.
this very large-looking bat.
I start speaking in bat lingo.
That lingo.
Bat lingo.
Bilingual.
Well, yeah, batlingual. We'll call it that. And I start having this conversation with this bat. I will leave it at that.
I'm about to let you have a conversation with my bat. Do that again.
Okay.
You can always just ask before you go shoving people.
Yeah.
I give a slight scowling stare, brief scowling stare behind me, and then turn back to the conversation.
Okay. So, as we are coming to the 10 o'clock deadline, and Foluco needs to
I
break the
silently
session.
raise my crook up like I might strike as he layers in.
Okay.
So, are we
Feluco-
gonna decide what we're gonna be doing for the
Okay.
next few games?
Yep. So Feluco, first of all, I'm going to give Feluco a chance to explain what's going on here.
With a brief lull in conversation between me and this humongous bat, I turned behind me and I introduced the bat, saying, "This is Sir Squeaks." And behind me, the bat chirps up some noises, and I amend the introduction. I said, "This is Sir Squeaks the Chivalrous."
There's Squeak the Chivalrous.
Yes, Sir Squeaks the Chivalrous. Chivalrous.
Chivalrous.
Chivalrous.
Yes.
Sir Squeaks the Chivalrous.
Don't hurt him. He's good. We're gonna have a conversation. Chill out for a while. This is gonna take a bit. And I start moving back to where Barkable is, and I motion for Sir Squeaks to follow.
I'm going to collect my bullseye arrow that went down this hallway
Yep.
and put it back in my quiver and just save it for a rainy day.
You may need it sooner than that. All right.
The actual bonding ritual is gonna take a lot longer than just the introduction, though.
Yes. All right. So,
Too familiar. Okay.
yeah. But this is more than just a familiar. This is actually an animal companion dire bat with literally a 15-foot wingspan.
Yes. He is a very
All right.
massive.
This thing's enormous. Now,
I
Chief,
will
going back
post-
to your request, you were saying you want to help plan the next few sessions.
That's the
Was that
yeah.
Marcus? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All right. So, in discussion with Brother Thomas, you guys said before that you wanted to talk with him about possible locations of the other artifacts.
Yeah. So
Uh,
I
and
talked to Mira saying we should probably bring up what we encountered last time with Gothas.
Encountered with the what?
Gothas?
Yes, you can share that with Brother Thomas.
Okay.
Also, you also wanted to talk to him to see if he has any knowledge of Miriam's Tower.
Yes.
Which is one of the possible locations of one of the artifacts. But even if it's not, Miriam is a very accomplished wizard in the arcane that can help with Marcus's training.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Right.
over the next couple of play sessions or so, we can discuss the possible locations of artifacts and make our way. You can either go around on land to Miriam's Tower, or you can go back to Gurney Bay and see if you can catch a boat over to Port Sheridan, which would get you closer to Miriam's Tower.
Cool. Is this on stream, or do you want me to finish the stream?
This is still on stream for now.
Okay.
All right. So right now, are we mentioning to Brother Thomas our encounter with Gothas, or are we just okay?
Yeah, you can
I
discuss
would
that
say
with
that
him.
Brother Thomas helped train Mira, so I find that I don't think we need to hide any detail.
Right.
When I said 10 o'clock FYI, I meant 10 o'clock Mountain Standard Time.
So it's about another hour or
Yes.
so.
So while y'all are talking, I'm going to leave the stream on, but I have to go take a break for 5 minutes. I will be back.
Well, I need to let you know. I had thought that you meant 10 o'clock Central Time, so I committed to my wife that I was going to close it by then.
Okay.
So I'm sorry, guys.
Okay.
I made a mistake. I'm sorry, guys.
Okay.
That's
It's okay.
fine.
That's what I thought
But
it was too. So I was.
All right. So In essence, you relay the experience with Gothos to Brother Thomas, and in a nutshell, I'm not going to actually go through that conversation, but in a nutshell, he is rather fascinated from an intellectual standpoint, and he and Mira gleefully examine her dragon head pendant to see if they can uh, understand any of its secrets. And he has question after question to Mira and the rest of the group as to exactly how Gothos manifested himself, and to see if he can figure out how to get him to manifest once again. Um, he suspects that he will probably need the assistance of, he will need Miriam's assistance because it will require both divine and arcane powers in order to plumb its secrets properly. So Thomas agrees to accompany the party, at least for the time being.
Okay, to Miriam's tower as well.
To Miriam's tower,
Okay.
yes.
All right.
Okay.
And
Well, I think
meanwhile,
we caused as much damage as we can here.
Meanwhile, while he's with you, he offers his quite extensive amount of intellectual prowess and his limited powers as a cleric to assist the party.
Does he give any information in regards to the places of the artifacts that we need to find?
You can discuss that as well. I'd like to save that for an actual play session.
Okay.
But in answer to your previous question, where he talked about, where you were asking, okay, what were those beams of light that came from him and hurt the ghost? That is an ability that clerics learn. It's called channel energy, where a certain number of times per day, a divine cleric can channel energy from their own person in the form of light energy or dark energy, depending on which god they worship. And this energy can either heal allies or harm the undead. No, I take that back. It heals the living or harms the undead. So if you're healing the living, and there are enemies also caught in the radius, if they are living enemies, they will heal. So it doesn't discriminate.
Okay.
And I believe that brings us to the end of this session, unless you guys have any other questions.
Nope. It's
All right.
great way to end off. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream now because I do have to get going.
Okay.
Next week,
Thank you very
new
much.
companion, story continues. Tune in then. Bye.